It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we'll see the veteran, Julio Jones. He comes into this one 5th in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Falcons and the Saints coming up next.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Superdome here in New Orleans. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and yes, it's January 7th, but we haven't seen you since New Year's Eve, so we have to say Happy New Year, one and all. And partner, Happy New Year to you. This is the conclusion of the 2023 season. Hard to believe, but we got a good one here between division rivals. And you like what the NFL's done here, making Week 18 all-division games.
I think it's one of the more inspired moves by the league because they've made these matchups really count. And typically they mean something, not a lot of coasting as people head towards the playoffs. But I do have to ask, January 7th, is it too late to say it? We're kind of right on the borderline, aren't we, about Happy New Year? Because that always seems to be the subject of debate.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
They begin the drive with Williams. And not the start he was hoping for there, so maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. From the gun, it's Carr. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The Saints going to send out Blake Gillikin to punt on 4th down here. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. The Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got a sight set on another big game right here.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. We're here on 3rd and 2. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Flushed out right. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. From midfield, here's Carr. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Bud Dupree coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. Now Thomas will come in motion right. On second down, Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to...
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Carr going to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Williams will score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
You think back to 2022 with Detroit, Jamal Williams, just unstoppable down near the goal line. 17 rushing touchdowns, 13 of those were from 2 yards or less. He's just an absolute battering ram down in this part of the field, and he finishes off another drive in the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Back to the air on second down. Here's Ritter again. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. You look at the Saints defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass, because right now, Charles, is number 27 in the NFL.
It's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test, going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. The Falcons at 14-2 heading into this final week. They've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And let's give them a ton of credit, because in a league that's built on any given Sunday, any team can win. To run off this kind of a streak, this kind of a number, that's pretty darn impressive.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down. Short throw to Smith. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. They'll go. It's Patterson. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Play action. Now it's Carr. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Now Carr. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Ritter. Flush to his right. And complete to Drake London. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Ritter with it after the play fake. He'll buy some time right. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Got a man, it's Patterson complete. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Ritter on the 4th down try. Escaping the pressure right. Ritter slides down, and he has enough for the first. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
And that is a historic run for him, partner. With that pickup, he just broke Lamar Jackson's 2019 record for most yards in a season by a quarterback. No one has done it better across a 16 or 17-game schedule. Now his name will be forever linked with the best runners ever.
Touchdown! John Fitzpatrick, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from evening this one up. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations. Quite the accomplishment. Duvernay in motion. And he is going to lose yardage here. Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Here's Carr. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's taken to the 26. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And some space here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. This a 2nd and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And a dump off here to Robinson. But he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up the first down with a nice throw.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. And they'll send Miller in motion right. Now he's going to get it on the jet sweep. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way. 2nd and 12. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Quick throw there is incomplete. You can look at the Saints defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And they needed to be because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. Again, they'll throw with Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Oh, able to avoid it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down. Here's Carr to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Carr will try it again on second down. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints are once again back in front. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This taken in right around the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last one. Julio Jones all alone. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Good football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Ritter now. And it's caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Carr, they're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. From Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Carr now to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bud Dupree. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Carr.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy made the play. He gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
Koo now for the point after.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10, and he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner.
And he's into the clear.
Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10.
Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith, 75 yards.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is down to 4. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at Julio Jones now, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
These two teams, they met in Atlanta earlier in the year with the Falcons winning that game. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up the 3rd and 10.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has a real priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, and it winds up falling incomplete. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin has already handed me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Come on, set.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Ritter back to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the book down.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. To throw his Carr. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And now let's discuss Julio Jones. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch.
Back to throw, Ritter. That's out wide here for Robinson.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Ritter from the gun on 3rd down.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Good work there to force the incompletion and 4th down. Normally, it'd be a quick change for the punt return unit, but this offense has converted twice on 4th down so far, so you may want to double-check things there and make sure they're actually going to kick the football.
So a change in possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. On 1st down, Carr. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Perry. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 9.
Carr going to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
This is brought in at the 21. That'll be a 43. Net of just 33 following a 10-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Ritter and the Falcons now with a 1st and 10.
At the 31-yard line. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Ritter to throw it.
Flush to his right. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, it's Ritter.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
And cue the applause, and there it is for him. The mark he's been aiming for all season long. 1,000 yards. Just the third quarterback to reach that milestone, joining Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick. That's a season's worth of work and a huge commitment to get him the touches that he needed to make that happen. Congratulations.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Ritter will set up to throw it.
Escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
A mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick six.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tabbed as one of the best in the league the prior season.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at Julio Jones now. He's probably someone they want to get more involved at this point. Second quarter down on the scoreboard, and you know that he can be a threat.
And because he's such a threat, as well as so productive, I'm with you on this. They've got to get him the ball more, give him more opportunities for them to have a chance to erase that lead.
Certainly they'll be looking to get him even more in the mix this go-around. Flushed out right.
This one complete to Scott Miller.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Ritter. A slant to Jones.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Here's Ritter.
It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Miller. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Ritter now on 2nd down. Finding Miller once more, complete.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3.
3rd and goal, Ritter with it.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Desmond Ritter.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Falcons have yet again retaken the lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but look
at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jamal Williams with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Lutz good on the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Atlanta regains possession of the football. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Ritter's throw here into the hands of Jones. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2nd down and 8. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw it here. Ritter eluding the pressure right. Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. Robinson will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Jamal Williams making his way back onto the field. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. Carr again here on 2nd and 10.
This one swung out to Williams.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
122 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, now Carr.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
It certainly looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
The kick by Lutz is good.
And that'll bring him back within a point.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal and drive a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. And the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there.
Julio Jones all alone.
Now inside the 25. Julio Jones.
Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game.
And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is up to 8.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Jamal Williams making his way back onto the field.
And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily, when you've set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it?
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Carr now on first down. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Our attention shifts back to Desmond Ridder in this offense.
And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
2nd and 10. Ridder now.
They'll roll him out right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Robinson up the middle. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
Room here to run.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Ridder from the gun.
And he rifles one incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Flush to his right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ballgame. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
Ridder throwing on 3rd down. Slant route to Miller.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Another throw coming up here for Ridder.
Touchdown! Julio Jones. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Falcons take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
And the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it culminates in a Julio Jones touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And they've got the football, and they're already knocking on the door inside the 5 at the 4-yard line.
Robinson. Touchdown, Falcons. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the second time in the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
It's a foot race.
Traquan Smith.
Touchdown, Saints. Traquan Smith. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Saints get a bit closer. Dennis Allen going to go for 2 here. He's leaving his offense out on the field.
Carr will look to throw. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is a big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Ritter back to throw.
Escaping the pressure right. There he goes, right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
On the give, here's Robinson.
Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run.
63 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Bijan Robinson.
A 21-yard touchdown run.
And the Falcons get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown, because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers. All they wanted to do was blanket them. They didn't have enough men in the box to stop the run, and you saw the end result.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so that
taking it right down Broadway.
Now inside the 25.
Touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards.
And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Bijan Robinson and the Falcons back onto the field.
I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone first.
Julio Jones all alone.
Now he's loose again.
Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 72 yards.
And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Carr to throw on second down.
Over the middle and complete to Shaheed.
Did a good job to get him to the ground quickly right there at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
From midfield, here's Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Now Carr.
Working the middle here. That's complete to Moreau, the tight end.
Touchdown, Saints. Foster Moreau, 43 yards.
And the Saints are able to cut into that deficit.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans.
This taken in right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
And now let's discuss Julio Jones. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Touchdown! Julio Jones. 67 yards.
And the Falcons take a 3-touchdown lead.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Bud Dupree able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing now is Carr.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at Julio Jones now. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers,
Absolutely.
though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way, and he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover.
Here's a screen for Robinson.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield.
Ritter has it knocked down.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls, because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Desmond Ritter.
An 18-yard touchdown run.
And the Falcons are able to widen their advantage. Koo for the extra point.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was Desmond Ritter taking it himself to finish the drive. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Saints. A.T. Perry with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints get a bit closer.
Lutz with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And now let's discuss Julio Jones. Sort of a slow and steady game so far, but reliable for him here in this 3rd quarter.
Sounds like we're describing a possession receiver, right? The one that finds a way to make the big catches, the ones that break the backs of defenses, keep first downs, accumulating. I think he's that and maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, he's been pretty good so far. We'll see if he can make this good game a great game.
Ready. Strike. Check. Strike. Ready.
Handoff now to Robinson.
Sheds off the tackle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
103 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Ritter will set up to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Ritter with another throw on 2nd down.
The 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Back to throw, Ritter.
Rolling to his right. And he is going to slide to a halt inside the 5-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
And you know what we just witnessed, partner? A new NFL record for single-game rushing by a quarterback, breaking Colin Kaepernick's record of 181 yards set in the playoffs back in 2013. How about that field vision, athleticism that we've seen throughout this game? It's been nothing short of elite.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter.
Quick hitch, complete. It's Hart. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A quick hitter, complete. It's Hart. Touchdown, Falcons.
Penny Hart
From 4 yards out.
And the Falcons are able to stretch out their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Ritter will throw for it.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
That's the NFL vet Calais Campbell coming in and dragging him down.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on here to punt it away. It's fielded at the 45. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go, set. Blue strike.
Now Ritter to throw on 1st down.
And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
2nd and 10 now. It's Ritter.
His throw incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here's Ritter. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Ready, ready. Ultra. Go ultra.
To the air again, it's Ritter.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring on 2nd down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
A lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You are watching live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Ritter now.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Ritter now on 2nd down.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Got it inside the 10. Still not a first yet.
The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise.
And the Falcons start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Coup now for the point after.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole.
Carr now on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Ritter.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Ritter to throw it.
Over the middle, it's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. He'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
Scotty Miller.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Falcons add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Another not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Here comes the Saints punter now. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Oh, he shifts past him. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, he's been fun to watch in this one. He's made the correct reads all game long and helped stake his team a huge lead. Running, passing, he's made all the right decisions. But that wasn't the right read on that one. It falls incomplete.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
On 3rd and 1, it's Ritter.
Flush to his right, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down, and they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Ritter on 1st and 10. And this one too low. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Ritter back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Meanwhile, Ritter's throw taken in by Miller.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Another throw coming up here for Ritter. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
They start to drive on the ground. It's Williams. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready.
At the 34. Escaping the pressure right. He's able to find Miller.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So a roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
White, check White.
Now back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
Red, yellow. Check view.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quan Williams.
And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Carr.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded at the 43.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Short throw to Smith. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer, and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Throwing on first down is Carr. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Carr. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit. Give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that call now.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown! Foster Moreau with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Saints get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Lutz good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Pete Werner.
And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Now it's Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bud Dupree, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, for the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, even a chance to try and throw something.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off into 4th. And now...
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And they're going to speed things up here.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
A Ritter's throw complete there to Smith.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
On play action, here's Ritter. Ritter has it knocked down. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Ritter will set up to throw it. incomplete. Up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But
they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. I know, without even asking, without even looking in your direction, that you are not a fan of that call.
Oh, I wish you would look, Brandon, because I was actually thinking this would be the perfect time for a fake.
Right. Right.
Yeah, you're right. This doesn't make any sense to me at all. This deep in your own territory. Look, I'm all for being unconventional. That part's cool, and I get it. But this deep, I just don't think it was the right time to make that call.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Smith, the man in motion left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there, all 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The kick by Lutz is good. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Flush to his right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football, so this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Back to Robinson now on first down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, second down. And quickly, they get to the line. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll run it down with Robinson. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. Second down and 6 now. Here's Robinson. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Demario Davis there on the stop. Now it's Smith. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return. And a Saint touchdown. And at this point, after that return for a touchdown, I guess the only thing is you're asking what else could go wrong.
Not only that, I think that between the two of us, we thought this was over before. I believe now it's really over.
The extra point is good, but it only impacts the final score as this game comes to a close. Well,
Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Falcons,
They finished the regular season with another win, their 15th against just 2 losses.
and now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for New Orleans,
It'll be double digits in losses as they fall to 7-10 for their final mark.
and I think you have to say ultimately this was a team that really underachieved. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.